Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Katie. I am the owner and artist behind Salvaged by Kay Scott. I run a furniture flipping business right here out of my home, taking found and thrifted pieces of furniture that are worn out or just plain outdated and bringing them right back to life. In the past 6 months, however, I have completely transitioned my business from grinding out piece after piece of painted furniture to instead sharing my knowledge and experiences here with you guys on YouTube. I've had a lot of requests recently to pull together a video that discusses some basic tools that brand new beginner furniture flippers might want to have in their arsenal. So that is exactly what this video is going to be. You do not need to have all the fancy stuff to get started. Worry about picking up the tools and supplies that you need to do a good job on the project in front of you and flip it for a profit. It's really as simple as that. Rinse and repeat. Grab the tools and supplies that you need for each individual project, and in no time, you'll have a full collection. All right, let's start this off with some super basic hand tools. The good news is you probably already have a lot of these at home. A good multi-pack of screwdrivers is going to get you a long way in this business. I would recommend grabbing something that has a few different sizes of flathead screwdrivers, as well as a few different sizes of Robertson bits, or the square-headed ones, and Phillips bits, the star-shaped ones as well. I use my screwdrivers on every single project to tighten things up, remove old hardware, install new hardware. I even use my flathead screwdrivers to open up paint cans. Pliers are also inexpensive tools that help out a lot in the shop. They're great for removing nails and staples, ripping off old upholstery, and these needle nose pliers are great for holding small nails while you hammer them in. Speaking of hammers, you're going to need one or two of those as well. I always have a pair of scissors within arm's reach for cutting masking paper and tape. A few different tools to help you measure are always beneficial. I have a tape measure in every corner of the shop because I am always losing it. I love my metal speed square as well. It is great for measuring, drawing straight lines, and I also like to hook it over the drawer of edges when I'm measuring out for new hardware holes. A variety of different sizes of clamps will be your best friend in this business. They are great for holding areas together that are being glued as repairs. They also often come in very useful as an extra set of hands. I use my metal and plastic putty knives to apply wood filler over repairs. You're going to need wood filler as well. Metal putty knives also come in handy for scraping off old paint or peeling up old veneer. Small microfiber rollers and paint trays come in very handy when it's time to start applying products to your project. And if you're going to be a furniture painter, you need some good brushes, but they don't need to be super expensive. Some of my favorite inexpensive, high quality brushes are made by Zebra, and I really love the Country Chic oval brushes for chalk paint as well. You will also need a good variety of different grits of sandpaper, and a sanding sponge to wrap them around is a good idea as well. You can use your sandpaper to scuff sand shiny surfaces for better paint adhesion, as well as smooth out damage and sand down filled repairs as well. The safety stuff is the most important of all. I use a respirator with filters that filter out particles and fumes to protect my lungs while I'm sanding, spraying paint, dusting things off. You don't want to be breathing any of that in. It's also really important to have a way to protect your ears from loud tools, and safety glasses will protect your eyes when sanding, nailing, or cutting. I have a few different kinds of gloves out in the garage. I use these thicker chemical resistant gloves for things like cleaning chemicals and paint stripper. I also use these lighter weight blue nitrile gloves to keep my hands clean when I'm dealing with messy products like primers or wood stains. I also recently found these biodegradable gloves called Green Monkey by Watco. I'm super excited to give these a try. Now let's move into power tools. I would recommend getting a drill as soon as you can afford one. I use my drill all the time to make new holes, as well as a lot in repairs. To go with your drill, you want to make sure that you have a good variety pack of drill bits for different sizes of holes, as well as a variety pack of driver bits that will be used to install screws. I also have a countersink bit that I use quite often to widen the top of holes. This comes in useful for hardware if your screws aren't quite long enough, or if you're trying to disguise a hole. I get a ton of use out of my electric staple gun, but if you wanted to get a different kind of tool, I would suggest looking into a battery-powered brad nailer. I don't have a battery-powered version to show you here. This is my pneumatic brad nailer. If you are going to be working on any volume of furniture, you need to invest in a power sander. There are a lot of different versions out there. I have this mouse or palm style sander. I really love the triangular tipped shape to it because it fits up in corners and small spaces quite well. Another version that is quite common is a 5-inch random orbital sander. These are fantastic for strip sanding really quickly. If I had to choose just one, I would probably go with the mouse version. It will do the strip sanding, it just requires a little bit more patience, but it does fit into much more tighter areas that you'll commonly find in furniture. All right, let's talk about all the other stuff you need. A good degreasing, deglossing cleaner is a really good idea. My favorite is TSP or a TSP alternative. It is extremely important to have a reliable stain blocking primer on hand. My favorite are the Zinsser Bin shellac based primer or just straight shellac. Both of these come in a spray can version or a brush or roll-on version. Either one is great. Obviously, if you're going to be a furniture painter, you're going to need some furniture paints. I would recommend trying out a few different styles or brands of paint and figuring out what works best for you. Of course, you always want to have a product on hand to protect all of your hard work. My favorite top coat is a Varathane Diamond Wood Finish in a satin sheen. This is a poly top coat, but there are a ton of great easy to use furniture waxes on the market as well. Drop cloths will save your floor, and it's also handy to have some plinths to raise your project up off the floor. I like to use old paint cans, or these little painter's pyramids are great as well. I am 100% sure that I missed something or even a few things. So if you happen to be a furniture flipping pro and there is a tool that you think is really helpful for newbies, please add it to the comment section below. To those of you who are new in this business or are still thinking about jumping in, I hope this video gives you some guidance and makes things a little less overwhelming. Make sure that you tap that subscribe button before you go so that you never miss out on a brand new furniture flipping video, and I will catch you guys next time.